Oh, I'm sure it does. It better feels good on the whole.
Oh my goodness. All right, guys. This week is my second favorite week out of the curriculum. It's side control week. It's all about pressure. It's all about smash. That's why we're working with nothing, crushing the rib cage because we do a rib injury. It'll be okay. I promise. My favorite week is half-wear week, but that's later in the curriculum. So, first thing we're going to talk about is how we're in top, how we're supposed to be on bottom, right? And we're going to go into applying pressure. Okay? Wednesday, we're going to go over 3 attacks from top side control. And they're like the best chain of submissions that you're going to get out of jiu-jitsu outside of switching arm control when you have the back. Okay? So, first and foremost, who knows what side control is?
Really?
When we're doing top side control, the proper positioning, Shane, if I may borrow you.
Of course you may.
Put your head over here, sure, and your feet over there.
Oh, that's going to be the way.
That's right.
Because I don't know if I could do it.
We're on the purple belt side. If I was on the other side, it's white belt side. So maybe it's more advantageous for me.
Right. Yeah, this side, like, oh, shit,
All right.
what do I do?
If I'm doing top side control, all right, so I've just passed the guard, I did a takedown, I'm coming into side control, I need to have control points, right? And I'm going to do this by taking away his ability to move. I do this by having a knee at his shoulder and a knee at his hip. And we're not going to be 4 or 5 inches away. Connection, right? Now, for right now, Shane's just going to relax his hands and not worry about trying to stop anything.
Oh.
It's going to be to his detriment, right? But we're here, right? And then this arm, the head side arm, we're going to be on the mat, palm up, elbow almost under his ear. Okay? But my bicep is going to be up against the carotid artery on this side. You're thinking to yourself, why do I sense a choke coming on? Because there might be one. Right? So head control all the way underneath. And I want to turn his head. Right? I can take this hand and I can cup the shoulder. I can hook into the armpit. This hand is going to go under the arm, elbow on the mat. I'm going to be sternum to sternum. Gable grip my hands. That's palm to palm, covering the thumbs. I'm going to cradle him to me and drive my chest straight to the mat. Right? I want wide knees so my ass isn't way up in the air and I have no pressure. I'm going to lower the shocks, let gravity do the work, and exhale. And he's not going to be comfortable here, right? This is a great way to practice being heavy and just letting gravity do the work. There's a couple of ways that you can set yourself up when you're in this position. You can be stiff as a board, right, or you can be a wet blanket. Both have their uses when you are trying to maintain top side control, right? If he starts turning into you really hard, right, if I get in here, and he starts turning in really hard, and I stay super stiff, and he bridges, right? Bridges, I turn out really bad, right? Because I'm super stiff. But if he just tries to push into me and I'm stiff, it'll keep that shoulder pinned down. If I'm a wet blanket, right, and I'm just draping over and he tries to bridge into me, it's harder to move my body, right? Because I stay right attached to him.
Right.
But if he goes to rotate out and I'm a wet blanket, he goes to shrimp, right? It leaves him all the room in the world. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay. On the bottom, in order to not die, he wants to set frames, right? So his first frame, the first set of frames that we're going to cover are the standard L-shaped frames, right? The purpose of these frames is not to move their body. You're going to create L's out of your arms. Your elbows will be attached to your ribs, or just about 1.5 inches above. Okay? So you're going to have a little table. And a little table, right? And this little table, we don't push the table away. We hold the table close, right, to give the person on top a sense of security. They can still maintain their grips. but they cannot crush your rib cage and make you not breathe. Make sense? So if Shane just sets his frames, I'm going to have a knee at the shoulder, knee at the hip. He's going to have a forearm in my hip. Now he's not going to push me away. If he pushes me away, I'm going to do other bad shit to him. And he knows it, right? I'm coming in and I'm going to control, right? He has a forearm to where his forearm and his wrist are on my neck. His elbow is almost at my shoulder, okay? My throat is right across his forearm. So if he makes a strong L, right?
Oh, is it strong L?
Well, strong L, but I don't want you pushing away with it.
Oh, is it pushing?
We're not elevated yet. I still have to talk. So his elbows are close to his ribs. He's got just enough space here that if I pressure in, I'm going to, you see my head turning a different color, right?
Yeah.
I'm cutting off air and blood to my nugget, which is not good for me. So I'm not going to stay there very long. But the other side of it is, he's got the same L in my hip to stop me from compressing his chest, right? He survives longer. If I get in here and he needs a little extra space, all he has to do is lift this elbow to the ceiling. He doesn't take the whole arm. He's not pushing my head down. He's going to lose that fight. All he has to do is just elevate the elbow. Don't even elevate the forearm. Just lift the elbow, right? So kind of like that up elbow we were doing before. Here, right? We're just doing this. Make sense? You're much stronger this way, and it'll help alleviate pressure. So I get in here, and I'm smashing, and he just lifts the elbow. Now I have to alleviate, I have to lift up.
Yeah.
Right? One of the kids in the kids class said, well, you'll get choked out if they do that to you. No, well, let me put you this like this. If you're in top side control, and you get choked the fuck out because they lifted their elbow, you deserve it. You're in control of your body at this point. They're not.
I wasn't going to say that to the
Right?
kids.
Well, no, you can't say that to a bunch of 6 and 7 year olds. It doesn't work out well. But to y'all, if you get choked out from top side control because they lift their elbow, you deserve it. And I will laugh. I will even get my phone and record it. And when you wake up, that shit's going on YouTube. I'll get 1 million views on that shit. Make some money.
Look at his mom.
Right? Be like that video of that kid that was playing with the taser while his mom was doing homework. I don't know if you ever saw that one or not. Boy, get your ass up off the floor. It's hysterical. So, we're here. I'm going to keep my elbows tight to keep him tight to me. My bicep is pushing the head away, right? Why do we push the head away? Any idea?
Maintain stronger head control, greater control of the body, less comfortable position, more pressure.
Yes to all of those.
Yeah.
That being said, this is more about creating a misalignment in their spine, right? If I don't turn your head away from me or reposition your neck, right, you're pretty comfortable here, right? Even with pressure, right? I apply some pressure, it's not too bad, right? But I start doing this,
Yeah,
right?
that's terrible.
This is not good, right? This is one more thing you have to think about. But if I get all the way deep like I'm supposed to be and my bicep is on that carotid and I reach under his armpit, what happens to his shoulder?
Blocks his other carotid.
It blocks his other carotids. Now I can lean in.
Yeah, it's right there.
It's called the Von Flu choke.
The veins in his head start
That's
popping out.
bonus material. It's not part of the curriculum. All right?
It's fun.
So, top side control. Knee at the hip, knee at the shoulder. Forearm underneath, just relax. Forearm underneath. Elbow all the way to the neck bone. Grab the armpit or under the arm. Gable grip. Push the head, curl the shoulder, and be heavy through the chest. Okay? That is the first part of the drill. Okay? Then we'll work on frames. Okay? So get paired up with somebody about your size. We're going to get some reps. Person on bottom, your hands are just at your sides. You're going to learn how to accept some pressure. Person on top, don't be an asshole. If you're working with Jess, don't crush your ribs because I'll be pissed and I'll beat you up. Okay? Zane, you're not allowed to be on bottom. Okay?
Okay.
Get paired up on 2 1
Okay.
Let's go.
Let's go.
You're the closest.
Buddy.
Ooh.
Exactly.
And she
But
wants
I
to
could-
do it.
I could work with the three of them.
Yeah, I trust your support. Put on Instagram.
Same with you.
There you go. Zane, go with you.
Yeah, I was talking
Zane, go with yourself. You're looking at me.
I wasn't.
I can keep your brother. See her?
These allergies, I don't think
Yep.
I don't want to.
Zane, why don't you show them?
I don't want to wait.
Either that or she'll.
Go ahead. Knees. Wait, I'm supposed
Coach, am I supposed to have the frames in? Or
No. Person on bottom, no frames.
That's what I thought.
Person on bottom, no frames. It's just a smashy smash.
Where your knees get, your knees feel far away from I was gonna say, I'm kind of chill. Maybe not so chill. This way?
Yeah.
Yep. Thumbs in. Palm to palm. Yes. Now, one thing I would like for you to do is open your knees up a little bit. And then lower your hips. Chest to chest, just let that chest drop. And your goal for your sternum, through this sternum, down that way.
Oh, yeah, there's a little bit.
Don't use your tongue muscle, just let your body relax and squish.
So if you're
Shoulders over your shoulders.
So now there's lots to work on your proper top.
there you
I
go.
feel like black girls.
So when we start working
One thing, before you just do, rip, come back in.
Yep, so damn much. I only say that.
Yeah.
just don't crush.
Yes.
You're
More time is not
not going to cup the water. You're not cupping water.
You're holding the water. I don't want this.
So we're not normally pushing it. I want to be on like your face, not underneath.
Oh,
Well,
yeah, that's good.
both would be bad. I say both would be taking away.
Yeah, I mean, that would be where I don't know.
So you would worry about that and not move.
Very, very strong.
Here, yeah.
Yeah.
This is a very weak.
Everybody does.
So much worse.
As they say.
He'll show you what good side control pressure is.
I love being a training dummy. It's great. Oh, these are the breeze today.
All right, guys, time. Let's talk about a couple things real quick. Thing number one, when we're applying pressure to somebody, what we don't want to do is get ourselves in a position where we're driving our weight across their body. Okay? What can happen is this. Let's take your frames. Okay? If I get here and I move my body weight to this end, who has an idea what can happen here?
Turkish sit-up. They push on your armpit and you just go over because you're off balance. I'm going to pick you up and throw you.
Right? So I get to here, Shane can sweep me. Right? Oh no. Right? Because I let my body get out of position. Right? If I am not sternum to sternum and I'm back this way, who thinks they know what's going to happen here?
Regard.
Regard, or at least a shrimp and a scramble. Right? Because I'm not controlling the center of the chest, I'm over on this side. All you gotta do is turn into me, boop, and he's out. Right? Again, bad for me. Hold fat slow. I don't want to do it more than once. It's wasted energy. Right? So I want to make sure I'm sternum to sternum. Right? Right? I want to get to a point where I've got head control. I've got hip control. Right? This elbow being underneath, it's not just curling the shoulder. We're tight. Right? So now I'm clamping my elbow to his rib cage and pulling his hip to my knee. This eliminates a lot of the mobility that he has with his hips. I'm on the shoulders, right? I'm misaligning the neck so he doesn't have an easy path to try and get out, right? So he's going to set his frames. Now, person on the bottom, this time you're going to set frames, and you're going to learn what it feels like to have pressure with frames. Okay? What I don't want is to see anybody doing this. That's not applying good frames. L shapes right here. Almost like you're doing a robot, right? Make sense?
Sir.
Hip, neckline. Do not put your hand in the hip. You will get wrist locked. It will hurt. I'll make sure you're okay, then I'll laugh. Do not put your hand in the pocket of the shoulder. Same thing. You'll get wrist locked and it's going to be bad. Imagine having your hand here and your fingertips touching your forearm.
No.
That's what's going to happen to you. Is that a good time or a bad time?
Bad time.
Terrible.
That's a very bad time,
That's cast.
right? We don't want that to happen, so don't do it. At this point with this, you are not getting grips. You're making frames. You're building supports to take care of weight, right? Make sense?
Yes, sir.
So I come in. He's got the frame at the hip. He's got the frame at the neck. I've got my grips, and I'm going to try to smash. 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 Okay. So we'll protect that one. When we smash, I still can't smash, right? Because he has the L's here. He can still breathe here. Okay? Make sense?
Yes, sir.
Now let's go on 2 and 2.
Trying to get out the track.
Whoa. Make sure your knees are close to you.
So after you pass my guard, I'm going to turn into you. Yeah, so this is if I, like, so people pull these like,
Smash, smash, smash.
Normal, they smash.
Smash,
Smash.
smash, smash. No one's in here. Smash.
Yeah.
Lots of point that it's hard to smash here. But,
That's terrible, right?
I'm not
That's no fun.
yeah.
That makes sense, right?
Stay like that for a while and you'll be like,
No, you wouldn't.
stop. Because you know what I mean? You're already
I don't know enough.
Okay.
If I push into this, and it
Like this. I don't want to go that way anymore.
shoots back out, right? Watch your weights, boys. Watch your weights. Yes. Hold your hips. Center your chest to center his chest.
I've been bringing my ass too high.
Yes. There's not going to be a point where we're going to do that. It's just not
Okay, so.
Don't put more, especially with this. Don't take the elbow to the seat.
Bending sounds like
Something I just have.
Push it out. Go
Straight up, like you're answering the phone.
right here.
Oh, like when I'm putting my hair back?
Yeah, like you're fixing your hair. We're not going to hit the nose, right? Because then you're losing your frame. Rotate on right. Watch, I'm here. Just like this. But we're not straightening the elbow or straightening the throat. That's mean. Street fight, hell yeah.
But you got up
Make sure you change your roles so everybody gets to feel the smash. Everybody gets to feel the frames.
But when I say tight, this one.
So you push up into the,
Like
you tilt the head up.
Smack in the face.
Yeah.
So I'm not pushing up like this.
There you
That
go.
way you can isolate my arm. You can attack.
Oh,
Kind of keeping it here and throwing me. And then you try to do the arch. Like this. You can you throw them off balance like that? You can do surgery, but don't worry about that. You know, just worry about maintaining the top pressure and understanding where you position your arm. That'll come later.
roll those hips over, Brody. There you go.
There you go. That's good. Right on me. Yeah. See, I got my friends. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's just not my. So to counter this, do you just lift your head? Yeah, you'd read it.
Right now, it keeps the weight off.
Got it.
I want you to try and don't just crush his jaw. Right? I want you to rotate. You see where your hands are above his shoulders? I want you to rotate over your arms. Keep your chest in place. Rotate your arms to the body. Grab fast. There you go. You see how his head can really sit angles now? Right? Much better.
There you go. Pressure. We're not going to rely on weakness.
So you see how you get your head
Technique and
perpendicular.
since you're
There we go.
Work both sides.
Stern to stern and just drop straight down.
Yes.
More better.
Exactly.
So she's gonna do the same thing that you did, right? She's gonna turn that elbow.
That's why you
all the way to the-
Yeah,
Straight. Get down.
that was a good one.
This is so much cooler.
Oh, yeah.
See the difference, right?
The cotton shirt sucked.
Yeah, alright.
Just rotate straight up, and then you feel it right through here.
Yeah.
You're looking at the ground, right there. It sucks.
Not at all.
What's that?
I'm trying to describe on flu. Yeah.
All right. So what you're gonna do? You're gonna take this hand and you're gonna go all the way together. Stick your middle two fingers in your armpit.
Okay.
You're gonna drive your bicep here.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you lean and shift your weight, or you just press
Drive your
down?
weight. You're gonna drive your weight here.
So a little bit over the center.
Tapped.
Okay. All right. I gotta keep an eye on that. But okay, so yeah. So you do shift your weight a little bit when you're going for that.
You are compressing, right? So you're driving your weight in, but you're not going over the center. Right? You're staying in the center. You're just rotating into it.
Oh, okay. All right. So you keep the chest in the same spot that you're pulling. Like
Because if you go past center mass, he's going to roll you. Even if you're applying that choke, he's going to roll you.
I'll let you that choke sucks.
As soon as I tap,
Yeah, like stop. Okay. So with this hand.
All right, guys, time. So we're going to do two things. First, we're going to practice that bounce flute choke. Then we're going to apply pressure from top. Okay? But I'm also going to cover two additional sets of grips for you for frames. Okay? One is called meaty hand. One is called prayer position. Meaty hand because this is the meaty part of your hand. Right? And if I am going to be on my back, and somebody is going to be taking top side control, I can either go to prayer position where I have my hands here and I'm on one side of my face. Typically, the hands are on the side of where the body is at, right? This gives me my good L's and keeps my arms from being attacked, right? Because my face is blocking the arm that they would be attacking. So Shane's in side control. Right? I'm blocking. Now, if he tries to attack this arm, he doesn't have anywhere to go because it's being blocked by my head. Right? If he tries to crush me, I have two L's over my ribs.
Come on, man.
He can smash all day and I'm not going to die. Or we do meaty hand. Now, meaty hand takes a little more practice to get good at. And you may not think it does, but it does. Because the arm that would be on the outside is going to come into your chest. The arm on the inside is going to come over the top, and you're going to grab the meaty part of your hand, and your hands are going to rest on your chest. Now, when he applies pressure, he is defeating himself on attacking the far arm because I am now securing from that pressure the arm he wants to attack. Does that make sense? Right? If this one were on top, he can come in, apply some pressure, and get separation, now this arm is fair game. But if I keep it trapped here by keeping a hold of the meaty part of my hand, as he applies pressure, it cinches it down tighter and tighter, right? And I can still breathe the whole time, okay? This works against even big guys like me. Make sense? All right, practice those real quick, then we'll work on the choke. On 2, 1, 2. I'm sorry?
You go first.
Oh, that's right. Good point. Hey guys, time. I forgot all one of the frames. When you're on bottom, there's a very big threat from somebody on top side control to do something crazy like this. So I've got you here, knee through the sole, right into the mouth, right? We're going to prevent knee through the sole by sticking a leg up and putting the knee in the hip, right? Now when you do this, you always put the knee on the side of the body that the person is on. It doesn't make sense for me to be here and his knee to be over here, right? It doesn't block anything. So, but you see it very frequently, and I'm guilty of doing it myself, right? So he's going to switch his feet. Now, when I go to come chest to chest, he's going to rotate his hips towards me a little bit and drive this knee into my hip. Do you think that's going to give me any room to get my fat ass leg up there and go knee on sole? Hell no. Now, this is kind of crucial. You'll notice that he's putting his insole on his knee. Right? He's not crossing his leg. Does this seem very stable and secure?
I can push that right over.
Oh, you're relaxing with this shit, right? I can do this. Right? It's all collapsed. But if he's got it here, even if I push this over, right, there's still a frame. Make sense? So now, when I come in here, and he gets that knee in my hip, right, I don't have a way to bring my leg up. I have to address this. Okay? Make sense? All right, get after it on 2, 1, 2. Fire! Fire somewhere.
Yeah.
Something's burning.
I'm just thinking.
Try to kill you. And instead, I just played myself. You're praying.
This isn't really
Hey, Brody.
Very proud of you.
Meeting hand. Meeting hand. Don't stand up by your face.
Oh, I
I can't. I mean, do you keep them like together so it's under my chest, or do you just keep them on the side to distribute the weight?
I'm keeping these on the side so you can't attack.
I mean, the
Prayer position.
bring them in.
Yeah, you can, but it's kind of hard.
Yeah.
If you keep them in too much, it doesn't help the frame a little bit. You want to have a little more space. Yeah.
Like this, and then it's still is it still supposed to go on the neck? It doesn't matter. Okay. Neck or the
I mean,
shoulder.
to a certain degree, you want to be kind of here. My main thing is this is I don't want to get my arms
Right, I
isolated
can't.
and attack.
Then I can't pull you like this.
That's one me. Since you're on this side of my body,
It's really annoying, yeah.
to attack, you isolate this time. So I'm gonna pull it here.
Grab with the one. So you grab with the ones that are on the side. There you go. Come in. Slide under.
Oh, okay.
Grab you. And I can't flip up, and I can't press down.
So it's not, yeah. So the main thing is you can't, if you went to attack this arm, you can't do shit because I'm guarding. You can't pull it out because I'm holding on.
Especially if I'm crushing.
Yep. And then my leg is blocking your hips. So you can't step up and go over and I'm out. Put your knee on my chest.
And then
Or my solar plexus.
back and forth.
Yeah.
My personal favorite. I love meeting him.
We have the meat. So even if you're in prayer position, get that knee up. Get that knee up.
You a praying monk?
And then turn your hips towards your training partner. But relax, relax.
Every time.
Now turn into a block that hip. There you go.
We're down.
Oh, wait a minute.
That doesn't sound right.
I can't attack this because it's gonna look through your face.
It's like,
Yeah.
good fire.
That's fine. So,
I
you're on this side. I grab. I'm remembering I grab this side. It's you're on.
It's harder to get started.
When it comes to rolling and shit, usually don't worry
Yeah.
about it.
That way.
Pull this out. Pull that.
Okay.
Right in there.
This is puncturing my ribs.
No pressure. If I can read about this, I remember. Yeah, I went through and thought about it. Left the week. It was like having a snow pile. The less you come through, the bigger pile of snow goes, the more you stay away, and the more it comes from
On the other side for you. On your way up.
Here's a frame.
No caps. All right, guys, time.
So before we go on to the Von Flute show, I heard a question be asked about which set of grips is better. As much as I'd love to tell you that one's better than the other, it's all situational. Okay? And it's going to depend on your training partner. It's going to depend on their ability to apply pressure. It is going to depend on their mobility. Great, for example, if I'm working with Brody, I am most likely going to go meaty hand and let him do his thing. He's a big boy. He's very hard to deal with, right? So I'm going to do what I can to protect my ability to breathe and just let him gas up, right? If I'm working with Shane, I'm probably going with the L's neck and hip. He's an experienced grappler. He is not going to camp out and just try to crush because it's not his forte. He's going to try and create openings. What that is going to do for me is it's going to allow me the opportunity to move him when he starts repositioning, right? I do not expect you guys to know which frame to use exactly when at any point in your beginning jiu-jitsu career. Okay? It's going to take time and experience and repetitions and rolling to learn which one suits you better for what situation. Okay? If it's somebody who, like me, I like to punish people, right? If I have to work to get to side control, you are going to pay for it, which means I'm camping the fuck out and crushing you, right? If you have to carry my weight, it's going to make you tired. If you start getting tired and now you're getting crushed, you're going to make mistakes, which would be like giving up your arm or allowing me to get the Von Flute choke or letting me pass into something else, right? But that comes from just constant, continual pressure, in which case your best bet against that is going to be here or here, right? Is it the only way to defend against my side control? No. The L shapes work just fine if I'm in a mobile stage. And the great thing is that you can switch between them, right? I do that to Shane all the time. He gets the guard pass. Okay, I'm going to set up the frames. He starts getting in and monkeying around like he's going to go to Kessa. Okay, I'll just bring everything home. You can't go to Kessa if I don't give you the arms, right? So I'll just bring everything home. And he tries to crush for a little while. And I shouldn't say he tries. He's got some pretty good fucking pressure. I'll let him crush for a little bit. Then he'll start getting a little impatient, start to move. Then I'll switch over to the other side or switch to this side, right? It's situation dictates. Remember, the customer's always right. They're going to tell you what they want to give you. You just need to know how to react to it, okay? Another bonus with going and learning how to use these frames in the right places, which again takes repetition, is when somebody's passing your guard, if you're preparing to go to your L's, you can start blocking arms and stopping head control because you're already there and set up for it. We'll get into that a little bit farther down the road. So right now, I just want to get you familiar with the 3 sets of frames and get a general understanding on when to use them. Right? it's not necessarily that one is better than the other, it's situation dictates. Okay? Now let's talk about choking people. Who doesn't love choking?
Yeah, me. So if you, for the brains though, if you're gonna try and bridge and shrimp and stuff, the L's are gonna be what you're gonna need, right?
Again, depending.
Okay.
Right? So it depends on the escape you're going to do. Like a ghost escape, you don't want your arms up here. You want your arms tight, right? Because you're going to be ducking out the backside. Because we don't do a lot of ghost escape in the curriculum. Anytime you're going to bridge, you've got to be able to move their body. Now you can do this from median, depending on how well you can bridge. In the beginning, you may find that the L shapes are your go-to for a while. It's the first one that gets taught because it can be the most versatile, right? But it isn't the only way. And my job is not to show you a way. I'm supposed to show you multiple ways to get the same thing and let you develop your game to see which fits you the best. And then eventually you will meld them all in there, understanding that the situation is going to dictate what you need to do.
Gotcha.
So, the really long way to say, typically, yes, the L shapes are going to help you bridge better, but it's not the only way to do it. Okay? Let's talk about choking people.
Yeah.
Because everybody loves choking people. So this choke was pretty much patented by a cat named Jason Von Flute. He did it in an MMA fight. Nobody knew what the fuck he did. Right? He was in top side control, had them big ass MMA gloves on, and if you don't think they're big, they're 4-ounce gloves with tape and shit on them. That's still a bulk to your hand that you're not used to. So when you get down here, right, and they drop their elbow to the far side, right, just drop your elbow to the mat.
Oh.
Right, and hold it there. My hands are stuck now. I can't get out of this shit, right? So I got all this bulk on my hand. I can't pull this back out of here. And then couple that with he cups the back of my neck, right? Boom, and then locks everything down. Well, I'm not going anywhere. But I can grab right in here, bring it in, misalign that neck. Right? So all we're doing is we're getting in and grabbing the armpit. We're driving our bicep into the carotid, driving his shoulder into the other carotid. You can go to your toes, right? My knees are not on the mat. Right? I'm on my toes. I'm going to drop my shoulder right into his neck. Okay? That will cut off the blood flow to the brain band, and he will go night-night. Okay? Guys, be careful with this. Don't break each other. Remember to tap your partner, not the mat.
Yeah.
You all set?
Can you do it one more time?
Yep. She just wants to see you get choked. Right.
See your veins in your head.
Side control. Right? I'm going to reach into the armpit. I'm going to pull tight to my body, drive my bicep into the neck. I'm going to get on my toes, roll my hips. Right? I'm going to roll my hip on my toes, roll my hips, and roll my shoulder right into it. Okay? I loosened everything else so I can get you.
No, I know. But
Yes.
good.
Can you finger crawl with the free hand to make it suck worse?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, if you can finger crawl and make it suck worse, that means you're not in position.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
What if I have goofy ass long arms, and I can reach over my opponent?
He has orangutan arms.
Right.
You just got to get your fingers in. Grab a hold of that lat.
Okay.
Right. You get a hold of that lat and pull it to you. Right. You can bring the elbow back underneath, so long as you're compromising the neck and driving your bicep into the carotid.
Okay.
The other side is pulling the shoulder into the opposite side carotid. Then by the time you come up on your toes and just rock into it, that head's coming off. Okay? All right, let's do it on 2, 1, 2.
Your what?
My chest goes.
So, I'm down.
You've never heard me say that?
So, what is this? You are the pseudo, the demigod Chesticles?
Yeah, from the jaw.
You alright?
Yeah, tuck the chin. So this is like
Simple.
Yes.
I'm assuming.
This is really tight, right?
There you go.
Hips this way, drop your shoulder. Don't roll, right? Stay here. Drop your shoulder straight to my shoulders.
Here.
Keep going. Keep going.
You're gonna pop up on your shoulders.
A
little bit.
Not like that. Yeah.
Toes. Rock your hips this way a
So I
little bit.
didn't want to just be
Too constant. Yeah. So you're doing. You got the right idea. It's getting there. Yeah.
That's tempting to go over
It
top.
is. It is. Zane, do not roll yourself forward.
Yep. There you go.
And your toes, hips,
Yes.
drop your shoulders straight to
Make
your
sure you're
chin.
not too far over. Yeah.
So I might have to ratchet the face or push one.
That's where you're gonna be.
when I let go of the grip to grab deeper into your that must be
Yeah, because then you're on my jaw. Not on your hands like this.
Okay, so when I start here, go like that, and once I'm ready to do it, then I can
And
start
long
to
arms,
grab.
so.
All right, guys, time. Couple things real quick on this. You will be tempted to lean forward. All you're doing, if you lean forward, what happens? What happened last time we moved our weight past the center line?
Sweet.
We got rolled, right?
Yeah.
Same thing's gonna happen. Okay? All we have to do is get our bicep on the side of the neck, right? If you feel your shoulders too high, you can look, right? This is a calculated punishing move. If you look down and you see neck, you're on his jaw or on her jaw. So what we do from here, we roll down and get under the jawline. Now I can't see neck, right? So I get up on my toes, lift my hips just a little bit, drive my chest down, rock my shoulder into his neck, okay? I'm not rotating my hips like this. I'm not doing a reverse sit. I'm on my toes. I'm allowing gravity to do the work here, right?
Okay.
And I'm just compressing my shoulder to my hand and rolling my shoulder into it just a little bit, okay? Again, if you look down and you see neck, you're on the jaw. Still get the tap, but it's a dick move,
It hurts.
right? We don't want to break somebody's jaw, especially in a training environment. We're not trying to win practice. How would you feel if you had to drink your lunches for the next 6 weeks? Suck, right? So we're not going to do that to our training partners. Apply pressure, yes, but we're not going to do the other. Now let's talk about pressure. What was the thing that I added at the end of this choke to make it suck worse?
Pressure.
Your hips. Well, you moved your hips, so it
Mass.
drove it more.
I came up on my toes, lifted my knees about an inch off of the mat, and allowed gravity to drive my chest straight down. Then I rolled it to the side a little bit to use all my pressure to my shoulder. But the same principle can be applied here, in side control, right? So put your hands down your sides. This is going to suck for you on the bottom, okay? So we come in,
Corpse pose.
chest to chest. Get our head control, get our arm control. And then we're just going to be heavy. And it's not comfortable. It sucks. It's not good. We relax a second, let him breathe. And this is what it's like to be a pancake. It's not fun. And we relax. Then I want you to get your toes active, right? Pick your hips up. Now, notice what I'm not doing. I'm not doing this. Okay? I'm picking my knees up. I'm driving my chest straight down. This is going to suck worse because now all of my weight is coming into one central part, right? I'm not pushing across because, again, you'll get swept. I'm just changing my angle a little bit to allow everything to come right through my sternum. Okay? That makes sense?
Sir.
And it will change the way you apply pressure to people. This is how somebody her size is going to make you want to cry. It can happen. It doesn't, I shouldn't say the weight doesn't matter, because it does. It plays a big factor. But using this type of pressure technique, you can be a 150 pounder and feel like a 300 pounder. If you have any questions about that, go see my old professor, Jim Birchfield up in Burton. 170 pound dude felt like he was 400 pounds when he applied pressure. And he did it just that way. Tell me I'm wrong and I'll take it back.
No.
All right, let's practice it on 2, 1, 2. Oh, does he?
It's almost broken, you know, I think.
Really?
Or he wasn't.
Chest to chest. Don't worry about the shoulder pressure. Don't worry about the shoulder pressure. Chest to chest. You can push yourself over. Bring the legs forward.
Oh, yeah.
A little bit. Yes. Exhale.
It's not fun, is it?
Far away.
It's terrible.
Put your weight down.
Yeah, you don't love this.
So glad he's not here this week.
Think about it like this, though. You're getting a better force on constant pressure, so you can do it to him.
It's a bottom. It's going to be on the cycle. A little bit more.
You always need like
I think that's it, all right? Mid-circle.
and then elevate yourself a little bit more. So
I've been
pushing.
Yeah.
You're not going to straight up. Because you did that, you're all over trying to get me on.
That's good. You feel the pressure on that machine? A little bit more. All right, guys, time. So, let's talk about something real quick. How many of you felt more pressure when your training partner picked up their knees and drove their chest straight through?
Yeah.
On top, do you feel like you applied more pressure?
Yeah.
Ish?
Yeah.
How many of you left your elbows on the mat when you applied the pressure?
Huh.
I probably did on my way
Didn't think about it.
Every one of you did.
Yeah, probably.
I do the same thing.
Didn't think about it.
So now, you're going to be chest to chest. You're going to put your arms behind your back. Just be chest to chest. Okay? Or just have them off to the side or out to the side. I don't want you applying any pressure with your upper body, with your arms, to the person or the mats. Okay? And then feel the difference of the pressure that you apply. All right? On 2 and 2. This is going to be a phenomenal drill.
So smooth. I have my glasses on. Either it's an animal or it's a fuzzy.
You're supposed to be moving too much.
Your knees are chest to chest, or you're relying on your neck.
Right.
There you go. So go ahead and get in position. Tony. Get in position first. But you did it in a good spot.
Hips and shoulder.
Now, take your arms under the plate.
Oh, still need that.
It's good.
It's not going to be great. Yeah.
Okay, nice one. Every way possible.
And the wire.
Take back your toes up.
Yeah.
So what's the elbow's fault?
Down onto the
Hard to balance.
So you have trouble doing it?
Yeah, I'm having
I
to
feel like
lift
you
up my
could rock
knees.
somebody and they would still roll out.
So I'm thinking my own elbows are good.
Pressure can form in the elbow.
Yeah, straight down instead of everything. I still feel okay.
That's the right
Here, right? You pick your knees up and your weight on your arms.
Oh. I'm never. Yeah, because it's called the giveaway, right? Pick your knees up. But then you do that, you feel more pressure on your arms.
That's why we use frames.
A little bit.
Almost. That.
Get yourself in position.
I germ chest. Not so much my stomach.
This
It's almost like nose to shoulder.
Just to see.
Get down the push down. This one's gonna be over here. Just stay right there. Now, pick your knees up.
Nose to shoulder.
I feel myself going that way.
Yeah, do it again.
Because you're pushing yourself that way. That's why you spread your feet apart. Lift your knees up. Now you're not going across, you're going down. Do you feel the difference?
Yeah.
Okay, good. If you don't have to put them behind your back, just relax your arms. Right? Use them to get into position. So you're in a good spot, right? So go ahead and use your arms to get yourself into position. That way you know you're lined up correctly. Right?
I'm looking at doing like nose to shoulder just to get the sternums lined up.
That's fine. The only problem with that is you're not on an angle instead of being perpendicular.
Oh, okay. Should I shift up the body more, or just it's just however you
Remember, you get the shoulder, you get the hip, right?
Yep.
Sternum to sternum. Boom.
Just like this,
Yep.
and then
Just
just
relax your arms. Right?
and then and through.
Good. Much better.
The urge to roll over is so strong.
Sure. Because you're not used to it, right? And I don't want you to hold your breath. I never long personally. Okay. This is something that's going to take time to learn. But as you're repetitive, if you cannot do it while you're breathing, you're going to have a very short jiu-jitsu career because you're asking to pass out from lack of oxygen.
My wife tells me the same thing. She's like, you need to breathe through the words. So,
Go ahead and get yourself in a good position.
and then on the toes, and press down, and press still hard down. Okay. And then just push almost in. Okay.
Right, chest straight down. Just don't put any pressure on the mat. Right. That's a good sound from Brody.
Yeah.
Okay. You getting it?
Got that iron rib cage, boy. You ain't gonna break me.
Move position.
But you're gonna try really hard.
Lift the chest and chest. So having to get the sometimes that push you on the block.
Yeah,
actually push you off. So you have to
Right one in the middle of the water.
And then here. Oh, and the fucking solar plexus. Oh, Jesus. Crack their chest
pretty
open.
much. I mean, you still get that sternum.
Dead after that.
Yes.
I got some water. Drink it.
It's all, yeah. It's always like some when you're
Sorry.
when you're here,
You're doing this when you squeeze.
The guys
What we want you to do is let the air out. What's that? Oh, yep. Not activate our
so
arms.
nervous. Do I working with you?
All right, guys.
Dude, fine.
So, you're paired up. You're with your training partner. 3 minutes up, 3 minutes down. We're going to set the timer. Person on top, your job is to maintain side control. Person on bottom, your job is to try to regard. Right? Don't remember the regard, right? You don't know the regard yet, so your whole purpose in life is to try and bump him off of you and wrap one leg around him. Okay? All right. Turn it.
It doesn't even matter.
If you are up the entire round. Bottom person, you can use whatever frames you want. This is a good opportunity for you to practice with different frames.
Oh,
Timer's going.
what's that moment? I thought we were good.
Snap hands. Snap hands. No Kessa.
Oh, you're doing
No technical. Just standard side control top. No attacking the arms. No head and arm chokes.
Yeah, how they gotta get
Standard top control.
Homie, do stuff.
onus is on the person on the bottom to get some kind of guard back.
Wait, your position now, I'll already train you.
I don't need to fight that for 6 years. I know I had it there. Yeah, that's bridge.
When you bridge into them. Bridge into them. Yes! Get on your shoulder. Get on your shoulder. There you go. There you go. Now you want to get your hips back up. We're doing shrimp.
Oh, I don't want the frame to
Well,
stay
you
in my
try.
neck forever.
They're good at blocking.
We have no idea.
He also knows how to use his legs to kick out of that position.
Move forward. What? Young player.
Like trachea. There you go. Now go over here. Got a minute left.
Pace yourselves. This is positional sparring. This is not worlds. It's not pans. This is not even a local competition for a $2 piece of tin metal. We're just trying to maintain position.
Wait for you to be done. Patient.
It's not easy to breathe like this.
If you think it's not easy to breathe like that, wait till you got to be on top. If you extend your arms, you're going to get arm burn.
No. Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Oh, you don't extend your arms.
First.
What's that? Hey, you're lucky I can't do anything with your arms.
15 seconds.
What am I lucky?
Kill me.
I'm not gonna be on top.
Catch your breath and Genji rolls. Oh, that's some work, isn't it, Jeff?
Way more.
Y'all wouldn't think that trying to hold top side is work, is it?
You're probably gonna
Trying to maintain top side is almost as bad as trying to not die underneath.
Yeah.
All right, change rolls. Lori, don't break her.
3, 2, 1, 2.
How much? Clap hands.
Yeah, no, I can't. Is that my hand?
You just gotta let me
It also separates my shoulders from your face.